Well, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of Seen Beyond and Through with Monty. Right before you is the man who has been making news these past few weeks, Mr. Kevin Samuels. Kevin has been making news because of a recent video within the past week in which he told a female caller that her looks were average, and he gave her some pointers about upwardly mobile dating. Many took offense at the way in which he handled things, or the way in which he said things. I'm going to point out just a few things in the video, because to be honest with you, I thought he did a very good job. And I do think that from my perspective, he told the truth. The truth can be very harsh. And the truth in which Kevin told kind of bothered some people. And I honestly believe that this is what people need to hear. Men, women, they need to hear the truth. I do not believe that people should be sugar-coated or do what a lot of these so-called dating coaches do. BS them, tell them what they want to hear. Kevin tells you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. And that in itself is a positive. However, I'm just going to point out a few points where's actually one point in the video where he dropped the ball. He was, in my opinion, 99% spot on. But one point he did drop the ball. He went to a place where he should not have gone. And then there are just a couple of minor disagreements in which I have with him. And with that, I will let you hear.
It's like, well, yes, ma'am.
Okay, we're going to start off with a problem that I see with her. And I'm going to show that she was actually in control. Because what she could have done and what people should do is that when you are not wanted, when you approach someone at the wrong time, and they convey that you approached them at the wrong time, and you're inconveniencing them, and they told you that you were inconveniencing them, that they would prefer not to speak to you on that particular day, time, or moment, what you should simply do is just hang the phone up.
So it's like, I want what I want. I don't say things for no reason. That's why I asked you questions. You're 35 years old, a business owner. That means you understand what business is, and you know this is a business. And I have a show title. And you said, "Damn your show title, I want to talk to you." But you could have went to my business and booked time to talk to me, but you wanted what you wanted, how you wanted. I'm sorry. No, and I'm using this as a lesson. That's the problem with too many of you black women. You don't do shit the right way with black men. That was improper. And when I told you the right way, you still were like, well, whatever.
See, but that should have been a click on her part. So, if any people felt that she was disrespected in any way, she brought that on herself.
Breathe and digest.
And this is the part that upset a lot of people.
35 years old, and you can look around and see the world. You don't tend to see higher earning men with average looking women.
Okay, remember the average part. She is the one who described herself as average. He was repeating and agreeing with her assessment of herself. So she did that, people. And to be honest with you, I don't think there's anything wrong with being average. It's not ugly, it's just average.
Off rip. If you do see them, they got their average looking woman when they were both really young and he built his way up. But a man earning the kind of money you're talking about does not go for an average looking woman.
I mean, my body is not average, so.
But ma'am, you please don't make me say it.
Say what? I really just wanted some advice. I love your.
I'm giving you advice, but you're not taking it. The advice is, ma'am, you're average looking at best.
I'm taking it in, but.
Okay, but you're not accepting the fact that. Okay. Average looking women. Average looking woman who's older. Average looking older woman with.
I want to point out something because many people have made a deal of her looking at her phone. But I get the feeling that she's using her phone as a comfort, as a means of comfort, as a means to kind of absorb the blows as to what he is saying. I do not believe that she was trying to be rude with it, even though it was a rude gesture, because you should really pay attention and make eye contact, even though you're online. You're doing Vimo, the video, or whatever, you should still make eye contact.
A 13-year-old son. Average looking woman with a 13-year-old son with a sketchy baby daddy.
Two things with that. Her son is 13. He's not 3. Now, this could be appealing to some men. The reason why is because they can have more time to spend together. Her son is at an age where he is more independent. He doesn't need mommy around as much. And as far as the sketchy baby daddy, that's not really her fault. You can say it's 50-50. And I say it's not her fault. It's because she cannot control how the son's father is behaving or how much of a role in which he plays in her son's life.
This gets worse every time I say something. And now you're asking for a man who's in the top 10% of men. You don't qualify for one. And you're making, I don't want to have to go there. But when you put in all these other factors, why can't you just get a man that's an average guy?
Sometimes I feel like in order to fully submit, I have to feel like he's in.
Well, then you're gonna die alone. How about that? Let me just cut to the chase, ma'am. You can feel like what you want to, but women like you die alone, straight up, because you think you're better than the men that you qualify for. And the only reason, honestly, ma'am, that I can see a woman like yourself really thinking you deserve more is because you earn more money than most people around you in North Carolina. But if your ass worked at the post office, you would not think so highly of your opportunities.
I want to point out something right here. My question to her would be, why can't you get yourself a man who's an electrician, who's a construction worker, who make 60, 70,000 a year? But you can be more focused on the value system of the man and what you two have in common, how he treats you, how he treats other people, his goals and ambitions in life. So I just think that her priorities are just a bit skewed as to why she wants a man who makes as much money as she makes. It's gone.
And that's the reality. Men don't care about your money. Not the kind of men that you want. We don't care about your money. It ain't ours. We care about the fact that you are older and you got kids. And you're average. And your reality.
Here's the problem with that. Wouldn't some of the men who are like 35, 40, who are making that type of money have kids also? And I'm not sure about Kevin, but I wonder, does he have children of his own? That right there, it seems to me that he's projecting what he likes or would not want a female to have, and that's children or a kid. But right there, that's going to be a very personal. It's going to depend on the individual man, in my opinion, and his age.
The reality of your life has showed you that. You don't have the kind of men that you want knocking on your door trying to find you. See, what we've done in this country, this world, is we've told women like yourself that you can have it all, and you got a Prince Charming who's 6 foot, 6 feet tall, 6-figure income, jawline, all this other kind of stuff. And I'm sorry, man. No. Most people get average people, especially average people.
That's true.
And you're an average person. I mean, let's be real. You're not running Microsoft. You got a pet grooming business. You've been making 6 figures for the last 3 years. Okay. But if I'm looking at you, if I looked at you and I took all that off of you, all the eyelashes and all the hair, what do you look like under there?
I mean, I look the same.
No, you don't. Because if you did, you wouldn't have all that on.
I'm sorry?
I agree with
No, you don't. You don't look the same, because if you did, you wouldn't have all that on.
Let me point out something too. I believe somewhere in the video, he stated that 20-something-year-old girls go after men who are in their 50s. And I do not believe that. I believe he said he has to beat them off with a stick. In general speaking, most girls in their 20s would prefer guys who are around their age range. The reason why 20-year-olds would go after someone in their 50s is because the perceived financial level or security in which they would think that particular person has. Two scenarios here. If you had a 20-something-year-old, and let's make both of the men equal. If she had to reproduce with one, a man who's 25 years old or one who's 55, who do you think she would pick? Or let's go a step farther. Let's say if you had a 25-year-old man and a 55-year-old man, both were worth $10 million, and you had a 21-year-old female, who do you think she would pick? She would pick the male who is closer to her age. So I don't agree with that he's beating women off with a stick, or 21-year-olds are vastly going after men in their 50s. I don't agree with that. So
what is your advice for women that?
All right, I'll tell you my advice, man, because you're not listening to me. This is why I always recommend you need therapy. People think most of us in the Black community need therapy, but you're not dealing with reality.
Let me stop right there. He stated that most of the people in the Black community needs therapy. I'm going to say that most people in all communities in America can probably need therapy.
I asked you about your child's father, and you couldn't answer me. But it doesn't sound like you're too proud of him. What kind of student is your child?
He's an A student.
Does he have any behavioral problems?
No, he actually got a YouTube channel, and he's trying.
I don't need no. But where is it? But his daddy is still.
I don't think she was going to mention his YouTube channel on his show. And I don't think that she was going to try to use Kevin's show to promote her son's YouTube channel. But I would have liked to have heard her talk more about her son, though. But let's move on.
Daddy is alive. Does he have a relationship with his father?
Yeah, he does.
Then what's your issue with him?
He's not business minded like my father and my uncle. And
then why did you choose to make a baby with him before you got married?
Young and dumb. I was 16.
Exactly, and that cost. See? Yeah. That young and dumb shit, let me stop you right here. That young and dumb shit you black women throw out as if it's supposed to give. Listen and listen well, women. Young and dumb is not a get out of jail free card. It doesn't go woof and change the fact. You still have to carry that consequence.
Let me stop right there. He's been a bit harsh there. He's saying that she still has to carry a consequence. What's the consequence that he's talking about? Is it her son? Her son, for all intents and purposes, from what you just mentioned, is doing very well. He's a straight A student. He seems to be well balanced. He's running his own YouTube channel. I just don't think that having a child is a consequence or some type of a curse that's going to stifle a female later on in life. So I'm not quite agreeing with the harshness of that assessment from Kevin right there.
And men are not rushing up to be stepfathers to 13-year-olds. What would be better is if you honestly sat down and asked yourself, what value can I bring to a man?
And I know that, what I can.
Well, all right. What value, what is it?
What is it? I can help him with his business. I'm very business-minded on the end of helping organize and
she got the wrong answer. Again, she's focusing on finances and business things first and foremost with men. The better answer would have been, if she can cook, if she can clean, if she can take care of the house, if she's a calming presence, if she's mellow, she could be a good comforter. And then those things that she's mentioning after that. Men prefer for females to be somewhat domesticated, good at things like that, as opposed to what she's saying first. So I just think that she has the priorities are just a little bit, she prioritized things wrong. Let's go on.
And into planting my own garden, so I can definitely plant. I'm into improving my etiquettes with just self-improvement and working on myself. And
ma'am, at 35 years old, here's what you told me. I can help him with his business. Due respect, ma'am. And I mean no disrespect, but 20 to 30% of people own businesses. What about the 70 to 80% of men who don't own them? That means that doesn't matter. That means nothing to the average man. Then the next thing you said, I can plant. Ma'am, that means nothing to most people because we go to grocery stores. Then you say self-improvement. I gave you a shot at saying what you have to offer to men, and you said nothing that we value.
What do you value?
Man, book a session. I'm not doing this. Nope. I'm done. I've tried to go around, but this has happened. The older you ladies get, the more you get set in your ways. Book a session because I don't want to do this in public, man. Because you seem like a sweet woman, but you're not getting it.
You're being so mean.
I'm not being, don't tell me I'm being mean. I'm about to be mean. I get tired of you broads telling me I'm being mean because you cannot handle the goddamn truth. You called my show on a day that you ain't even supposed to be here. And I honored the call and sat here and tried to help you. And you're telling me I'm being mean. Get the fuck out of my phone.
Okay, let's stop there. My question to her would be, why would you allow anyone to talk to you like that? And to Kevin, when a female says, you're being mean, Her saying you're being mean, he took it as though she was attacking him. She was not attacking you, Kevin, by her saying you're being mean. She's saying that because she felt defeated, deflated, humiliated. She felt belittled. I mean, you did not really tell her what she wanted to hear. So she was not attacking him with the you being mean. She was just not expecting the blows in which she got. That's why you're being mean. So I think he dropped the ball right there. He did not have to go in on her with the cursing rant towards the end. Because what he told her throughout the video, from my perspective, 99% of it was spot on. It was good information that women needed to hear. He was very courteous. He was accommodating. She called in at the wrong time. He obliged her and gave her pretty much a free counseling session. And I'm thinking he may charge about $300 an hour. She got it for free. But she was not prepared to hear what he told her. But just a little problem with, the ending of it, though. Other than that, as I stated before, way in the 90s, he was correct. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is another edition of Seeing Beyond and Through with Monty, and I will see you beyond and through.